Hi everyone, welcome to Art Appreciation. I am your professor Julie Jacobson. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself in this video and then I'll tell you about the course and the first module, especially to get you started. Um, I am a master artist. I have an art studio here and at my house, and I've been teaching college for about 11 years. I've taught art appreciation. This is my third semester at Rasmussen, but I've taught this course in person for about 5 years. I've got some notes here. I have an MFA, a Master of Fine Arts degree in drawing and painting, and I've got some paintings behind me. I don't have a preview window, so I hope that's showing up on your webcam. If not, I'll give you some better pictures of my work later on. But my husband's an artist also, and we've got two little girls, ages 2 and 6. And we live up here on top of a mountain in North Carolina, in western North Carolina. I bet you didn't know there were any mountains in western North Carolina, but they're some of the oldest mountains in the world, and we are like the only house up here on top of a mountain about 6 miles outside of a small town of only like 1,500 people. So I'm not originally from here, originally from Ohio. So this is kind of an adjustment for me to live in such a remote part of the country. But and the reason that's important is because sometimes we lose power, especially when there's a bad storm. We're expecting some snow this coming week, and I hope that doesn't take out our power. One time we had a landslide, and when that happens, I lose internet connectivity, and I have to find internet somewhere in town in order to participate in the course, which isn't a big deal, but if there's a day that goes by where you don't hear from me, that is probably what has happened, and I'll try to send you some sort of word that that's what's going on. It doesn't happen too much, but it usually happens once a semester, so you should just know that that is a possibility. All right, so this course, you're looking at the previous semester's art appreciation course right now because I lost everything that I had loaded from your course. I went in to log in today and it was all gone. So the dates aren't going to quite match up, but hopefully by the time you log in, it'll be all fixed. But for now, we've got to look at this other semester's course. And the first thing that you're going to do each day when you log in is I want you to come up here and check on the calendar. So, and every day of the week, I will have an activity for you to do. Now, you don't have to only do that activity every day, but this just helps pace you so that you don't work too far ahead or that you don't put things off and fall behind. So this course is not self-pacing in the sense that you can turn in anything anytime and get full credit for it. But day to day, I'm not going to be checking and giving you points for every single activity done every single day. So I want you to do all this stuff. But if you would rather post your discussion board post on Tuesday, even though it's due Wednesday, or post the post and the reply all in the same day instead of doing one Wednesday and one Thursday, that's fine. Or if you find that you're going to be absent on Wednesday because you have a field trip or whatever, and you want to get in your written assignment the day before, I encourage you to do that. So don't work too far ahead and definitely don't fall too far behind, but you do have some flexibility to be a little bit self-directed here. So in general, you will not lose points for late work being submitted as long as it is done by the end of each module. So there are 11 modules and 15 weeks. So typically you will have a module due a week with a few of them taking maybe 10 days to 2 weeks depending on holidays and snow days and things like that. So for module one, I'm going to give you about 10 days to do it because it's our first module together, but typically your module will start on a Monday and it will end on a Friday, and with a discussion post due Wednesday and the reply due Thursday. But like I said, if you'd rather do these discussion posts on a different day within that week or turn in your assignment early, that's totally fine. So let's pretend that this is today, begin module one. If you mouse over that, you will see some stuff come up. And so you see a reading assignment from your ebook, and you have some of these other short readings. So go over here to lessons, click on the lessons tab, click on module one, and then you will see all that. So you will see your assignments to do your readings in your ebook. So if you don't have access to your ebooks, I need to know that right away so that we could work on that, because right away you've got 3 chapters due starting today for your ebook. So if you can't get that yet, let me know and I'll make some adjustments and we'll work on that. So then you also have a couple of short readings from within this course. So art, form, and style, really good examples, vocabulary words. And then if we look over here on this reading, Fine Art and Popular Culture, another short reading, only 4 paragraphs, but this is the reading where your discussion board question comes from. So this is where you're going to find some food for thought for some of your answers in that discussion board response. And another important part under these lessons is key terms and concepts. So in every module, I am going to be grading you in part based on your ability to use these vocabulary words. So art is a visual language. It is a way to communicate, just like music, just like the written word. However, there are other written vocabulary words that help you describe what visual aspects are happening in the artwork that you're studying. So you need to learn the verbal language to help you explain the visual language. And so I want you to use these 6 terms in your discussion board answer. And let's see, I'm just looking at my notes here. So I want you to use your vocabulary words and then also in your written assignment. So if you go down here, you do all the readings, I want you to spend 2 days of the course doing those readings, and then you can come down here and make your discussion post. Excuse me. And so there's your discussion board question. They're usually multi-part questions. And something that this group of people had a really hard time with last semester, and hopefully you don't know any of them because they're from another school, maybe you do. I don't want to pick on anybody here, but 2 things that are important to remember about the discussion board post, well, more than 2. One is that the requirement to get all the points for the discussion board portion of this module is to make a substantive response. So answer the whole question. So we've got 1 question, 2 questions, 2 or 3 different parts to your answer. So that's 1 to 2 paragraphs using the vocabulary words from the lesson, from your readings, those 6 vocabulary words that you saw there in the list, and answering all the questions. And then the next part of that is that you need to post a response to someone else's post. So we can, let's see. So 3 different people responded to this guy's post, including myself. So if we click on one, the response also has to be substantive and use the vocabulary, and you can agree respectfully or disagree respectfully with what the person posted and then state why. This would not count as a substantive response. This is 2 sentences, no vocabulary words, so you don't want to do that. And that person lost points probably because of that. So 1 to 2 full paragraphs that answer the 2 or 3 different parts of the question, and then a response due the following day that is just a response to somebody else's post, and that will give you the full 10 points for the discussion board post of the part of the grade. Sometimes I think these discussion board questions are kind of weird. I don't put them there, the college does, and usually they do pretty good, but sometimes I just don't think they're the best assignment, so I might give you an alternative assignment. And if that happens, that'll probably happen 2 or 3 times in the course. I'll make a note of it in the announcements, and then my post will be the first post here, and it'll say alternative assignment, and I'll give you some other thing that you can write about in your discussion board instead of the thing that's here. Or you could do both. You could do the one that's here and the one that I put, and maybe get an extra credit grade when that happens. So all right, so that's the discussion board aspect of it. And then let's look over here at the written assignment. The written assignment is going to be due at the end of each module. Sometimes you'll have a quiz or a project instead of a written assignment, but written assignments are the most typical. For this one, it asks you to look at 3 different paintings, pick one of them, and then write about it. So it tells you to write 4 paragraphs, first paragraph, second paragraph, third, and fourth, and what to write in each one. So it's really straightforward. I am going to post a couple of days before this is due 3 separate videos, one about each painting that I want you to watch before you pick which painting you want to write about. So that's where we get into trouble if you're working too far ahead. If you decide that, oh, this is really a piece of cake, I'm going to post my written assignment on Tuesday even though it's not due till Friday, and I haven't posted the videos yet, then you're not going to have that information. I'm also going to post a rubric for every written assignment a couple of days ahead that will tell you what each thing is worth. I don't want to show you people's grades here, but I'll show you what the rubric looks like if I can find it. Okay. So I have this faculty guide here under mine that you, I don't think, have access to, but we're going to follow the guidelines for each written assignment. So there's the rubric for the written assignments. You're going to see that it posted to the announcements a couple of days before the due date of every written assignment. So you will see how many points each aspect of the assignment is worth and then the total. So if you lose points, you'll know, and I'm going to attach this rubric within your grade book. So when you go to click on your grade, you'll see which area here you might have lost points on. So that's another reason why you don't want to work too far ahead. You don't want to submit the assignment before you even post the rubric. And if you know you're going to have some issue where you're not going to be there and you want to work on the assignment on this day and I haven't given the rubric yet, just let me know and I'll email it to you, or I'll post it early so that you could have access to it. Just making sure I don't have anything else here for you to talk, for us to talk about yet today. I think that that's it. A lot of times in art appreciation, you're gonna have a couple of days where there's not a lot of stuff due, and in that case, I'm gonna post videos of different artists. So, and they'll appear in the announcements, different artists or different concepts. So here's a video that I posted to the last class about Claude Monet, and a lot of different videos about contemporary artists, artists that I know who are living and working in your community right now in Chicago. So I try to make it as relevant and expand upon what might be available to you just in this online course, and offer you some things that are kind of relevant for students in your age range instead of just limiting it to what's available in this course. So if you have any questions or you want to send me an email this week to introduce yourself, just go ahead and send me a message. I love to hear from you. I'd love to get to know all of you. Make me a video and send it back. I would love it. I don't know if you could post it in the discussion board or not, but just stay tuned. I'm going to try to give you a video about every week. Sometimes it'll be from me, sometimes it'll be other videos about other artists. But that's all for today. I hope you all have a wonderful week.